So this morning we're out here on a farm. We're gonna do a little grading with the grader blade on the skid steer. It's got this big puddle over there that we need to get to just kind of drain off down that way. There's another puddle right out there that we need to get to drain over to the roadside ditch. And we got fiber along the road here, so I popped off this lid and kind of halfway located it down there just so I have an idea where it is. I think it's going to be out of our way, but we're going to have to cut a little swale across it to get into that ditch down there. So I think my plan is that I'm going to try to run lasers up here. It's pretty flat. I think I can set a plane and kind of make it all conform to that plane, but we'll find out later. But then down there, I'm just going to run by hand and maybe use the sonic a little bit. I'll show you what my plan is when we walk over there. All right, so my plan, I guess, is put the sonic mast, take it out of the holder here that I got mounted there, so for storage. Stick it on the left side of the blade, and I think that's how I'm gonna want it for down there at that other puddle. So I'll go ahead and get that bolted on now and head over there, and then I'll bring you back. Well, I just did this full explanation and realized that all I did was took a picture, so I guess we'll start over and I'll try again. But here we are down by this puddle, and the original plan was we were gonna cut a little swale through this grass and get that water over here into this ditch. But we decided there's no culvert under here. We don't want to mess around with this red dots or where the fiber is. So we don't want to cross that. So our new plan is to just take material from right next to my pickup right there and shove it down here and over there, and I'll run off this asphalt edge and just start sloping it up gradually and get all that water that comes down through this whole lot. It'll come down from over here and then it'll flow across and just go right out across this asphalt into this field. So I got my blade sitting here on the asphalt so I can get my sonic set. I just got a touch down there and I got that sonic to the right height where I can bench it. So we're just gonna start matching off the asphalt here and shoving some material down, and I'll start building those little puddles up and get it all to flow right across here. And I'll just run sonic left across the right, and that way it should run itself, or I can run sonic and operator and get that thing, get this how it needs to be. Well, I built these little mounts here. I got one that can go onto a laser tripod for a phone holder, and then I built this little adapter to a magnet so I can film with phones, and hopefully that way I can get a little bit better footage, not have it be so shaky. We're bringing those cheapo camera tripods around and they're so shaky, and we're always hauling around laser tripods anyway. I got an abundance of those, so I figure it'd make a lot more sense to just build our own adapters and switch over to using those so we don't have to haul around twice as many tripods everywhere we go when we're trying to film. Alright, so here's the view in the cab. We got all our dumb references on that screen up there. I found that these are not as accurate as this screen. Once I got this runs off the computer and the blade. So it has different sensors. It's running off of some sensors on the blade and some sensors on the body of the blade. This is running off sensors on the blade, and some of those are sensors on the machine too, but they're just not as fine of a resolution or a quality sensor, I guess. Because this thing has tended to be quite a lot more accurate once I started using it. So to get started, you have to come in here, click 2D. We've done that. Okay, now we go and hit this and select cross slope and sonic. Apply that, and then we're ready to push start. I have it on the big view. Since we're just 2D, there's no sense in having your machine position views, so I like to run it just on this behind the blade view. And I keep my body main fall here just so I can see what kind of slope I'm working on front to back, and then the cross slope obviously in the middle there, and then the cuts and fills are there just for the hell of it, I guess. Don't really use those, so yeah, that's what it looks like in the cab. Got our phone down there for the tunes, and we're ready to push some shit around. Well, this is what we ended up with. Water come down through here. It was puddled there, but I got it cut pretty good over to here. It's so flat. This asphalt really screws up everything because it's so flat and it's so high up compared to over here. It should run down that way towards the road like that and then eventually make its way across there, but it'll have to pull up to make it do it because it's so flat it ain't gonna run. But anyway, we'll scrape that snowplow mess off of there and then go to the other side. Well, I got this swale pushed into here. Started on the right, pushed to the left, and got this puddle filled in. It's pretty muddy, so we're gonna put some rock on top, but I'm waiting for the truck to come over and dump the rock, so should be here any minute. He's headed right over. But while we're waiting, one thing I've noticed that would be really nice on this blade, usually I'm just going and cutting in a flow line that I want to be really specific, so like I need to run one side off of a laser or sonic, not so much sonic, but sonic will play in later, but like I need to run one side off the laser and one side operator. And like when you have a laser or the sonic hooked up, I have the sonic on the left side right now because what I wanted to do was just grade one edge how I want it and then just let the sonic follow it, and then I could run the opposite side of the blade to blend with the way the terrain is that we're not gonna disturb. Really, to use the lasers, you need to like fully grade the entire area that you're doing and then go back and blend the sides. But like in these applications where you're just trying to drain puddles, it doesn't work out very good because everywhere you grade, you pretty much take all the good rock off and go down to mud on your high spots where you need to add more rock in the end. So really, you just want to do what you need to disturb and then blend it near the edges. So like making a design or redoing the entire lot, it's not really feasible because you'll be buying so much rock to dress it up again in the end. But like if I could just do two blade width swale, one on the left side of a swale and one side on the right side of the swale, and just make a nice flow line out of these puddle areas, it'd be really nice to just set the laser up and then lock onto that with one edge of the blade or the other. I mean, you'd switch back and forth probably if you're working one way, and then you could just run the, so it'd be like laser operator instead of laser cross slope or sonic cross slope, and then you could just blend it in one blade width and it wouldn't be that big of a disturbance and you could accomplish the same end goal. So that would be a really nice feature. And like the same thing, if you're grading and then you want to just use the sonic to match your last pass, and then you could just run the other side of the blade with operator to the height you kind of want it, because you kind of know when there's a hump or when you want to be cutting or when you want to be filling. So like the way it's set up now, if you could just grade a pass and then move over to my right and then get the sonic on your last pass and then run the right side of the blade up and down manually, that would sure be a nice feature. So who knows, they'll probably never add that kind of functionality, but maybe somebody that works on that type of stuff will hear this one day and think that that would be a good idea. But those are my thoughts about that. Okay, well, that should all drain through here now. Puddles filled in. Ended up being really flat all the way through here, but at least it's not uphill anymore. So I got it cut out through there right next to that grain bin, so it can go on down and all the way out past. So now we got this building and it's kind of sloping in into the water's running in here. So we're gonna go ahead and grade inside here. We're gonna try to get like a blade width out to a flow line out here. And we'll just keep the water out there and it can move this way and go around or out there somewhere, hopefully. So I got the laser set up over there and I got the sonic mast taken off and stowed and got my fancy wrench on the magnet there. That's a pretty handy idea I had. I just put a magnet there and that wrench is always there. So if I need to take the mast on and off, as you can see, I got the mast stowed on the top of the loader arms there on both sides. The long ones go on this side and the short ones go on that side where you have to hook up to the hydraulics all the time. They fit right there. So if I'm going in 360, I run the long mast so the laser can strike above the cab. And then if I'm just working one direction, I can put those short ones on, or if I'm working inside a short building, those short ones are just about cab height. So I can get into some little shorter areas with those shorter masts that I made. That's all custom, all the masts. I cut off the stock ones and sleeved them and made them a little longer and made that other set too. So then I can take them on and off. When I take them off, these are only about 12 inches tall above the blade, so you won't be getting into tree branches and stuff like that or hitting buildings and worse stuff. I don't know, it'd be hard to hit a building, but you could hit a staircase or something trying to get under something, or a box on a building. You never know. So anyway, I got the lasers on there, and we're gonna cut this down and grade everything that's in here, kind of pick a height and get it all leveled out, get our swale kind of cut in there, use that material. And then there's a windrow of rock that's kind of hard to see right here. We're gonna scoop that up and then put it in here, and then grade it around on the inside after I get the subgrade level. All right. All right, here we are all finished. We cut out this edge under the fence there so the water can run off that side or that side, and we took it down and made a just tiny little imperceivable swale in front of the building so it won't run in there. But it's about an inch lower in front here for blade width all the way across, and then it's all dead level in there, a little under an inch higher, so hopefully the water won't go in at least. But if they get some rain gutters on the front of this building out to the sides, that'd help a lot. But yeah, probably needed a little more groundwork before the building was built to get the drainage proper. But it's coming uphill towards us here, and there's a big machinery lot here, so lots of area running that way, so it's a tough drainage situation. All right, until the next one.